Welcome back to our small dual village of Dreisternen Berweg. Dual village, of course, because over here we have our fortified town of Dreisternen, named for its characteristic shape. Dreisternen translates to 3 stars. So yeah, it's a little bit like 3 stars are protecting this inner city, which is where we will have all of our level 3 buildings. I counted right now there's 11 burgage plots here, and to get to the highest level, so large town, we need 15 level 3 burgage plots. So we will have to upgrade some in the inner ring, but I think that's fine. We could upgrade some over here, which are close to the main entrance. That makes it seem like these houses are more, profiting from the trade that is going on in the city. And over here we have our small Angerdorf of Berweg. Angerdorf, of course, because over here we have the eye. It's characteristic for this type of historical medieval village. And usually in the middle they would have a small area for the animals to drink water. Unfortunately, we can't have a pond in this game, so we have a well, which is the closest we can get. And then some marketplaces, which I don't know if they will ever fill up, but our marketplace over here is starting to look really nice. For this episode, the plan is to get this village of Dreisternen Berweg to the highest town level, so that we can get some more perks going. If we look at our perks right now, we have 3 unlocked. We have Orchidry and both of the trade perks. The first one gives us cheaper trade routes and better deals. Reduces import tariffs by half, so that's quite nice. For right now we are importing mainly only barley, because our barley fertility is really bad. But still, I want to get some barley growing over here, as well as rye. I put these over here because rye is actually quite nice over here. So, but in order to do this, we will need to get rye cultivation and possibly heavy plow. I'm not sure about this one yet. We might get some others, but we definitely need to get to become self-sustainable on barley, because right now we are importing it and it is quite costly. It costs 7 regional wealth to import 1 single barley, so that's quite expensive. Our main money source is the export of dyes. You can see we have a lot of tons. I'm exporting as much as we can. Right now we're producing way more than we can export. And global market supply is oversupplied, but we don't care because we don't need more than 50 dye. At some point we will need a little bit more. This family needs dye to produce clothes, which is a change that they made, because earlier I think the tailor workshop would just consume wool or leather to produce gambesons and cloaks. And the cobbler's workshop only consumes leather still at this point. But the tailor's workshop now requires dyes as well. And also variations of things. So flax, yarn and leather are all used to make different things at this point. So it's really worth investing in different things, in different crops. For instance, over here we have our sheep. It's just a nice passive way of getting some wool. So I spent some time before this episode and I unassigned everyone working in this dual town, and then I went house by house and I reassigned them to their closest working space. So all of these houses here, for instance, they are working in the granary, in the dye workshop, and over here in the forester huts. I did this so that they would have less walking distances between their home and their workstation. Hopefully this speeds up our production a little bit. These people are living over here. So right now this malt house is operated by the family over here. And also one thing that you can take into account when you distribute your workers is what kind of burgage plots they have. So this person, this family, grows vegetables, which means that in the harvest season of September they will be busy harvesting vegetables. So I don't want to put this family on some job that requires work in September. as soon as we get these farmhouses working, then we will plow these fields and get rye and barley from them. And then we don't want any of the farmhouse workers to live in plots that have apples or vegetable gardens, because they will either not get the apples or vegetables from their garden and work on the field, or they will skip working on the field and focus on their own harvest. Either way, you're losing out on food resource or general resources, which isn't good. Another thing that we want to do in this episode, next to bringing Dreisternen to the highest level of town and starting agriculture, we want to start a village over here in Waldbrand to produce iron. We want to get some deep mines going, some charcoal production. Yeah, I don't have any other real plans for this area yet, but mainly charcoal. Oh yeah, it has some nice areas to grow, so possibly we will get rid of this forest because it has nice fertility, and we will replant the forest over here possibly for our coal production, and then we will have some rye production over here. And then hopefully at the end of the episode we can try, I hope that we can get to that point, we can try exchanging already some iron or charcoal with our area of Dreisternen for food, because we have food for 50 months and fuel for 8 months, which is not really balanced. We have 8 people in 2 dye workshops converting berries into dyes and selling the dyes, but they're not fast enough. And I won't complain about food security, to be honest. It's better than having our people starve. And we can use the berries to trade iron afterwards, because you can't just send something from one village to another. I feel like they should add that. Like if I'm the Baron of 2 villages, or the Manor Lord of 2 villages, I should be able to just send items from one village to the other without bartering. Okay, but I think we should possibly get down a what's it called? A settlers camp over here. So this area we probably can't really use because of this King's Road that we can't delete, and it's gonna be annoying to build around it. So we're gonna build a town, obviously with the highest amount of resources to make it really easy, and because we have the money. And we have this homeless tent, which isn't really where I put it down, but I guess it will disappear pretty soon. Then we do basically the early game all over again. We're gonna put down a logging camp in the area where we will farm. Since we want to put farms down here, we can put some loggers and woodcutters. Since Waldbrand is purely gonna be iron and charcoal based industry, I think we could get away with having a smaller village. And if we have a smaller village, then we can go with a specific historical type of village, which we already kind of talked about last episode when I referred to this as a Straßendorf. A specific type of Straßendorf is a Reihendorf, which basically means a row village, which it's a little quite self-explanatory. All the houses would be in rows, and these rows would have really long backyards for the vegetable plots. Actually, I think I made a small mistake with how I wanted to do this, but it's okay. Let's get rid of all of these houses. I got rid of all of the houses, and what we're gonna do is something like this. Oops. No, this is nice. And now we're gonna go every, maybe like this one. And every few houses we will delete. Let's see. Oh, let's actually also delete this one. Yeah, I think this might be an interesting look. There we go. Okay, so now I'm gonna put a road over here just to guide this burgage plot that I'm gonna put down. There we go. Yes. It doesn't catch that corner. What if I did this? Ah, nice. And yeah, I'm actually gonna reduce this to a single. I don't know. Let's do both actually, just to see what happens, and to give it some variation. So here I also actually want to put a road down first, because then we can put another house down here. So let's put down this burgage plot the same way, but this time we're gonna leave it like this. Get rid of this road and add the final burgage plot. As our village expands, we will have houses basically just along the main road. And yeah, we should definitely add a road which is more convenient to enter for our village over here. For now, let's just bring the curvature a little bit up and we'll take it more or less straight, but not too straight, because of course it should look more or less also realistic and not just like straight lines. Here we can even follow the hill line a little bit before, I guess, yeah, we can just head into here. We could even add like a little shortcut over here, and probably there would have been a shortcut over here. Now we have some nice connection. If we zoom out, yeah, we will have to add some roads over here, especially because right now the two only packing stations we have are the ones in our manor, and I only put them down because I ran out of buildings to build inside of here, and I thought it would be kind of cool, since our trading posts, livestock trading and the normal trading post are in here. It would be nice if our two main pack stations maybe would be in here. Yeah, but in the end the pack stations would probably be like between these two villages, so then they can easily get to all of the resources, because the resources are kind of spread out. I didn't micromanage the spreading out of these. Yeah, this one I just told him to get rid of everything, because I want to get rid of this sharp edge and this lone storehouse. Exactly. Over here we can give them some time to build the things that we put down, so the logging camp and the woodcutter's lodge. We could even already get a saw pit going over here perhaps. Yeah, let's just put it over here. And we should probably also gather berries. So we will use the same method as we do in the other village to get a lot of berries. So let's put one down here. Let's put one person over here and get them on getting rid of this forest. Start working on that. This saw pit, we won't activate it yet because we need the timber first. Can't do much with planks if we don't have timber. And this woodcutter can also get started on clearing that out. And then one person should collect these berries, and two people can continue collecting this, building the houses, I mean, while we put down a granary. Maybe here. This seems to be like the central area where people would like congregate and travel a lot. So it makes some sense to put it over there. Also gonna put a storehouse, I guess, yeah, just next to it. Then it seems like these people have decided on a common area of storage. Oh, there's a wanderer coming straight out of the forest. Okay. Is he? He's not using any streets. He's just running across our area. Alright. A bit weird. Slowly this town is coming together. When these houses have been built, we will already be able to upgrade. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Small update. I managed to get these market stalls over here by deleting all of these markets over here. Additionally, people started migrating and setting up their shops over their stalls over here, which is really nice for us because it will give these houses priority over the variety. So you can see that a good market can easily supply an entire area. Oops. But the issue is that, yeah, it will definitely supply the closest houses first. If you want to upgrade a certain area only and leave another area completely like at level burgage plot level 1, then yeah, I would recommend putting your markets closer to the houses that you would upgrade. I noticed that that it seems to work this way. Right now I really want to fill up these markets over here. They're not that big. Okay, I guess they're quite large. I guess they're fit like both of these fit like 40 stalls or more. So yeah, and already now we can see that these houses, I can upgrade them, which I wasn't able to do before. It's really due to the fact that we moved the market over here. Let's get all of these upgraded, because of course we want to get to the next level. It just occurred to me that we need level 2 burgage plots as well, so we can't just have level 3 in here and level 1 everywhere else. So yeah, indeed, the inner ring over here will probably become the second level. In the innermost center, you would have the elite and the richest people living, the aristocracy, and then you would have like the merchants and like middle class, and then you would have like workers and peasants. These houses over here can also be upgraded now that the market is here, but we won't do that because we want this to stay a small, rural, agricultural, berry-picking village. While this town should definitely look as if it were really prospering. As we are, actually, we are doing really well. So we have more than 800 regional wealth, more than 1,000 in our treasury. We are actually able to pay the royal tax at this point. So I feel that our Straßendorf here of Waldbrand could use a similar wider road as we did in Berwick. I think not only will it look quite nice, it will also allow us to put some basic buildings in between these houses, such as a well, which all of these houses require, so we can put a well over here. And let's give it a little bit more space, and we will try to... Oh, nice. We just increased our settlement level. So we will try to keep this more or less even. We increased our settlement level over here, so this finally allows us to pick up rye cultivation. We will go with rye cultivation because right now we don't have anything growing over here, and we will be able to add plows later on. So we will of course put on crop rotation. We will go with rye and barley and fallow, and of course rye and barley again. We'll plant them in such a way that each year this will have a nice symmetry going on. So right now this is fallow, rye, barley, fallow, and then we will have rye, barley, fallow, barley, rye. So yeah, palindromic fields. We'll do it. Okay, I put 4 people on each of these farmhouses, and we'll have them work one side of this fortress each, including the middle. I guess that field will get twice the attention. Later on we will start expanding over here, get some more rye fields going, get some more farmhouses going, but first we need the plowing perk. The plowing perk will allow us to get this done way faster and way more efficient. All of our oxen are running around transporting goods to these houses in our town center to upgrade them. Nice, there we go. So now we can pick up the heavy plow. I think, yeah, there's not really much else that we could do. Armor making, we will produce all of the armor in Waldbrand, because yeah, importing armor is, I think, a little bit easier than importing the iron and producing the armor over here. Are we at the highest one yet? No, we can go higher. So let's bring these to level 2. Seems like we do need some level 3 burgage plots outside, as I suspected. And also, if there's any houses where we can expand the living space, then we want to do that as well. Just because I noticed that we don't have many people, or not enough people living in the city for the amount of workshops that we have here and the amount of workstations that have to be worked. Already in our village, if we compare our small town over here with the large town, and if we just look at the size of these houses, the spacings between them, looks quite cute. And if we go to our town center over here, then we can see that these houses are looking quite denser, larger, richer, more populated, more worthy of protection. Alright, so over here in Waldbrand, I have extended these roads a little bit so that they are planned out for most of the next buildings that will come down. And the idea is that this road will basically connect the two areas. Oops, sorry. Over here. So connect Dreisternen Bärweg with Seeblitz or Nusslohe, we will see, Selbitz. But yeah, we will have to take this within a war first. And we might do it, they have rich stone, so we might go for this one for a nicer layout. Then this really is like the road where transport and trade happens. So yeah, these houses over here have been built, looking quite nice. We can tell this one to grow vegetables, and these people over here. And hopefully, hopefully this works out nice. We have a lot of regional wealth from the bandit camps that we cleared out. So the way that this happened is I claimed this area and then I took out a bunch of bandit camps over here. And then I always had sent to closest village, and I didn't know that with closest village it would also send to closest region where there is no village. But yeah, we already have a development point, and we will put it into charcoal burning. We will actually put most of our points down here into this part of the skill tree. We might have one left over, but we might also not go to the highest town level in this area over here, because it might just not be worth it. Very nice. We just increased another one. We're actually increasing so fast I don't know what to spend this on. We could go charcoal burning for more fuel production. Or bakeries. Yeah, let's go with the bakery extension. We'll double down on it. We'll show people how much bread we can make in an area with terrible fertility. Well, not terrible. It's alright. This dude over here, for instance. Don't you want to open up a bakery? Wouldn't that be great? Over here, this one can also be a bakery. And then I think we should have the bread covered. We have a cobbler, a tailor, a bakery, a fletcher. Okay, we do have a fletcher. This is what we built in the last episode. Additionally to having a fletcher, we could have a jointer's workshop. A person making shields for our army. Our army, of course, slowly getting equipped with warbows. Is there a way to claim these? Oh, 2000, I see. Yeah. Okay, so we are able to claim these areas. We just need to get to a high influence. Influence without bandit camps, because I don't think there will be any bandit camps spawning anymore. We can only gain influence, I think the only source of influence is by taxing tithe, which is collecting food. Let's put it at 10. Let's not go too crazy. Let's put land tax down a little bit as well. Oh yeah, market area. Totally forgot about that. So let's put down a market area. Yeah, so we need to, I think, first put down the market to be sure that we're getting some nice locations. 3. I feel like we're getting scammed here. 7. Let's do it. And we're also getting rid of this. And then we're putting down another one. Well, yeah, we're putting down one. We want there to be a road here, possibly. And here. And then we can put down another market here. And the idea is that the houses will soon catch up with the markets over here. So soon there will be houses in front of these markets, and it won't look as distant as it is right now. We can add another road over here, and why not another shrine, especially here where it's too small to build any other buildings or like actual buildings. We can just do like a little pattern like this, and possibly add a final market to keep the symmetry going. And now I think the market needs should be covered for all of our villagers. Soon we will start our iron industry, and when the iron industry and charcoal industry is running, we will start looking into the farming aspect of Waldbrand. And then of course at some points we will take a look at what we've constructed over here, think a little bit about what is happening, what the culture is, what the unique aspects of this village are, and give it a more fitting name than Waldbrand. Of course, yeah, although Waldbrand, which means forest fire, so building a village over here that is producing a lot of charcoal through logging could actually, yeah, be a fitting name, but we'll see about it in the future. We can actually get on expanding our little agriculture a little bit. So we can see that barley is actually, yeah, it's pretty bad, but it's okay in some spaces. For instance, over here, where we've already traced out basically the entire area. So let's turn this small area into a small farming outpost. We will put a farmhouse over here. I think, yeah, it's not going to be necessary to build a granary because we have granaries inside of here, and the windmill is in here anyways, so we want this to be all of the production to be to enter our town basically. Let's do like a backwater kind of peasant area where they would live. We could, yeah, let's make this a one-way road and put some very simple housing all along this road, if it lets me, like this. This is where workers would live. Actually, I'm quite certain that we want a second farmhouse over here, because we're not as much limited by the people as we are by the amount of oxen that we can have working the fields. So in order to keep this a one-way workers road, which is purely used by people to go home and yeah, well, to their families, we will build something like this. Yeah, this is nice. Let's first get the fields down, and ideally they would be quite straight. So let's see if we can get something like that working. Yeah, 0.7. Okay, let's do 1.7. Get this road connected. Just to add to the mobility of the workers, that they can easily walk down in between the fields. So that's 1.4. Want to get a little bit more. Is this possible? 1.8. I think this is alright. 1.7. Barley will be grown over here, and then we could have some rye field, possibly. Yeah, we'll grow rye here anyways, and emmer perhaps, but let's get this going first. So we'll have this family only work these 3 fields, and these families have been assigned to only work these 3 fields. Ideally, I mean, the way that it should work is that the families would only work their assigned fields and ignore all of the other fields. So even if the fields over here haven't been harvested and the families are struggling to get everything in before October, then these families working over here will just chill at home or thresh the grain, because ideally they would only be focused on these fields. But I've seen this not work as expected, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. So now that in Waldbrand we have all of these houses have been constructed over here, and also our approval has reached above 55% or above 50%, so people are starting to move over here. I've also started the construction of way more burgage plots along our one road over here. Yeah, once they have been built, hopefully all of the people that can fit into these houses will move in, and then we can have a large head start on our production. And they can all grow chickens, as, yeah, farm families would. Chicken or goats, usually the poorer ones, because cows were quite expensive. And oxen even more. Our fields are running quite well. When these people have moved into these houses, then I will change the workers such that the people living here will work in the farmhouses. And yeah, over here in Waldbrand we will do a similar thing once these buildings have been complete and more people have moved in. So I will, yeah, develop these areas a little bit, wait for these houses to be built, plan a little bit about our future steps, possibly plan out some more fields, and I'll see you in a bit. One last tip that I'll give you that I really enjoy is to basically check the fertility and then follow the fertility to some degree to try and kind of make an enclosure of where your fields will be the most fertile. And by doing that, not only will you maximize the efficiency of your fields by only growing things in the areas where it's most efficient to grow these things, but also your fields will naturally take on some weirder shapes and they will look a little bit more organic. Some people also, yeah, I mean, historically fields would really focus on efficiency regarding the plow, so they would be really long and only narrow. Something like this is actually what a historical field would have kind of looked like, only it would have been way longer. Like, there are some records on extremely long fields. Alright, I have placed down some more fields over here and additional farmhouses with oxen over here as well. We have fields over here now as well with more farmhouses. I basically just put fields everywhere where rye has high fertility around our town over here, and some places, yeah, over here we're growing some barley but not much, only on these 3 fields in the middle here. Over here in Waldbrand these expansions have been built, so our road, our Straßendorf here is really coming together into this single road. And we started extracting some clay over here, and we already extracted all of the stone. It's already been stored, it seems. Yeah. So we can get rid of this road, and now we have here a nice clean space for more buildings. Probably we want to put down more houses in this direction as well. The next step here for Waldbrand would be to get some farms going as well, so that we could stock up on barley and malt, insofar that we can begin upgrading some of these. And of course we need to build the basic stuff like a church, yeah, and a tannery probably is what we're looking for. Because I gave some of these people goats, but the flax is probably also not too bad. Now, we could grow flax as well. We might do that, depending on the layout of the farms. Probably like 1 or 2 flax fields over here, maybe, perhaps. We'll see. Over here we have a small hunting camp, collecting food and hides passively as well. But I think our small village of Waldbrand is looking really nice, actually. We haven't taken advantage of the charcoal part yet, which also at some point we should start putting down or planning over our area of charcoal production over here, probably. Or maybe over here. Oh, although no, this is where we wanted to put the barley field. But yeah, so we'll put the forest behind us over here. Although I wanted to add a road that connects these two regions on this border. So yeah, at some point we'll have to add a road like that. But I'll think about how this could look. Over here, when we zoom out, it already looks more and more like a single city. Although my plan is to prevent these two areas from growing together, so that it will remain a dual village. But dual villages often were separated by fields and such. And war bows, we can also stop the production of the Fletcher shop because we have our archers maxed out. So the only thing that we need is shields and spears, and yeah, we can buy more retinue with our insane amounts of influence and treasury that we got from taxing this town for like 2 years pretty heavily. Yeah, the influence we got from donating some of our berries. So as soon as our army is larger, and possibly if we get an army going at Waldbrand, we can attempt to declare war on the Baron and yeah, see if we can win with superior tactics, but we'll probably be outnumbered. So yeah, that's something that we'll do in the next episode though. For now, we want to focus on the wood extraction, the iron extraction, and the trade of coal, iron and berries between these villages. So, I would say we have fulfilled our goals for this episode. Dreisternen Berweg is at maximum development at a large town, and over here Waldbrand has been established. We have made quite the progress on the type of village that it will be, a Reihendorf, row village, as all of these plots are neatly next to each other in a row. And also Straßendorf, as it will all be surrounding this main street that will go on all the way to our city of Dreisternen Berweg, if you could call it a city, more like a town, I would say. Yeah, so in the next episode we'll develop Waldbrand even further, start an army by building a manor, which will also be, of course, a very specific type of manor, such as the manor that we built over here was a very specific type of manor. It will be a different type of fort, I can tell you that. But yeah, that we will only see in the next episode of Manor Lords on my channel. So if you liked today's episode of Manor Lords, then please like and subscribe so you can check out the next episodes that I'll be uploading on my channel so that you don't miss them. And yeah, I hope you're as invested as me in the development of our villages over here. Of course, there's much more planned for this area, but that will have to be resolved in future episodes. For now, I hope you have a great day, and goodbye.